Hey, hello everyone. My name is Harold,
And this is Carito.
and in this video we're going to talk about our first 3 months as an expat family here in Costa Rica.
Yeah, and if you are in a similar situation of if you are planning to go abroad, stick till the end. We will share our most valuable tips.
So first of all, why Costa Rica? It all started when I was a teenager. I have always been interested in tropical nature, wildlife, snakes, frogs, anything that has to do with the tropics. But I never did anything with that besides traveling with my wife
Exotic countries.
to exotic countries. Until in 2016, I decided to quit my job. I used to work as a mechanic since I was 17, and I decided to start studying again. I studied forest and nature management, and I specialized myself in the tropics. So after my graduation, I had the vision of moving to Costa Rica with my family, my wife, and our 2 kids, to start some kind of reforestation or nature conservation project. But by then, the vision was only mine, and you weren't really happy about this whole idea.
Well, it was. It's something related to when you are together. Sometimes you have the same vision, but sometimes you don't. So at the point in time when you decided, or when you decided to pursue your dreams of coming to the tropics and set up something for yourself, stop working for a corporation and just have your own business, and at the same time do a nature conservation project. I was in the still in the mindset of I am working for a corporation. This is for what I have studied my whole life, literally. So I thought this is my place to be, and I don't have the need to change that. So when you came with your ideas of freedom and taking that kind of responsibility, because working for a corporation is sometimes easier than having your own business, having these kind of responsibilities. Of course, this is something typical of you, because since I have known you, you are a very responsible person. So of course it was a matter of time that you would have your own business, I knew. But moving to the tropics, having your own business, moving to the tropics with the whole family, that was another kind of vision that I was not yet prepared.
No, you were not comfortable with.
No,
No.
not at all.
No.
I didn't feel, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, actually we used to live in the Netherlands. You came to the Netherlands since you were 18, 19?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we have been living in the Netherlands. I was born and raised in the Netherlands, and my wife,
in Peru,
you came
born and raised.
born and raised in Peru. You came to the Netherlands to work as an au pair. So so I used to work as a mechanic from 9 to 5 for a corporation. I was completely done with that, so I decided to start looking for other possibilities. Working online. By the way, if you're interested in what I'm doing, please check out the link in this description of this video. So by a leap of faith, Costa Rica came to my mind. Of course, it all had to do with my studies. I did my thesis research in Costa Rica, and one thing led to another. And actually, last year I was here to check out some properties. You were still not happy about the whole situation, but my dream, my vision was getting stronger and stronger by the day, actually. So
yeah, but it didn't have anything to do with Costa Rica itself, because this is a beautiful country, and so does Peru or the Netherlands.
Yeah.
But it was more of afraid of that kind of change.
Yeah, and we're not new to the country. We have been here on holiday twice. As I said before, I did my thesis research here, and because you are originally from Peru, you are Spanish speaking, your native language is Spanish, so that's why Costa Rica was our finally when you decided, okay, let's make the move.
Yeah,
Costa Rica was the country to
it does. It
move
does
to.
play a role that this country, in terms of culture, is similar to Peru, and we are very familiar because, of course, we have been going more often to Peru than to Costa Rica. But yeah, anyway, that was a very
Yeah.
interesting
So
process.
this just in short why we chose Costa Rica to move to as a family. Of course, there are other reasons. Costa Rica is very expat friendly. You can buy a property here, you can buy a car here, but we're going to talk about that in another video. So let's talk about our first 3 months as an expat family here. We have two young kids. The oldest one is 6. The youngest one is 3. So it's the oldest one is has to go to school. So we had to arrange things for him to go to school. So
Yeah.
our initial plan was
Our initial plan was to get things done as fast as possible, of course, as everyone would wish. So we thought, okay, we will buy a car within a week because it's needed. You need a car to do everything. So we thought within 1 week we will be out of the city, out of the capital. We'll buy a car and then we will start going down to the south, to the rural areas where we were originally planning to go. But things took longer than expected because we didn't consider that there was going to be more to be arranged.
yeah. And the idea was because our oldest son had to go to school. You found a nice Waldorf-inspired school in the area where we want to to settle, to find a place for our own. So the plan was to go to this community and school.
Yeah, that was my plan. So I was checking on. I was of course doing my research online, mostly because we were in the Netherlands at the time. So I found a school. For me, it was very important. It was for us to have a school, and then from there we could check if there were properties there to rent first, and then we would expand and see if we can buy something. So I found a eco-friendly community, of course, and yeah, it took longer to get here.
It took us
One
six
month.
6 weeks
Yeah.
to find a car, to actually buy it, to make the transaction. So things took a little longer than expected. And
Even though we do speak Spanish and we
yeah,
can,
yeah, 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 yeah.
we
yeah,
don't need
yeah.
any intermediaries to do
No.
our own transactions in general. Not because a lot of people who come here are expats who do not speak Spanish,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah.
So they get a lot of help. There is already a system in place here in Costa Rica to help the foreigners who really want to make the commitment of living here, buying property, start a business, or these kind of things. But in our case, since we are Spanish speakers, especially me, we would do everything on our own. But yeah, still things take more time that you would be normally accustomed in Europe, at
Yeah.
least in the Netherlands, where efficiency is
Sure.
top tier.
Buying a car in the Netherlands, you could easily do that within 1 week. But
Yeah.
here in Costa Rica, in a country where, well, we are familiar with the country, but we have never actually lived here. We never bought a car. We never rented a house or something like that. So that was completely new to us. So eventually, it took us 6 weeks to buy a car, and we were going from Airbnb to Airbnb because we didn't know how long things would take. We had to open a bank account. We had to make the transaction. So yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of lessons learned for us, but yeah, things took a little bit longer. But still, we are aware of the privilege that it is to be able to do this kind of move. I mean, of course, we have been working towards this, but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah. And So for me, it was a little bit, I don't know how to put it, frustrating, because I had my vision. I wanted to start to find my property and start a reforestation project or nature conservation project as soon as possible. But
Yeah.
especially here in Latin countries, things don't always go as planned. So things took a little longer.
Yeah, there is more bureaucracy
Yeah.
in general. There needs to be a lot of stamps, a lot of signatures, a lot of legitimation, if you can say it like that, of things before you can buy property. You cannot just come and just open a bank account
No, no,
out
no,
of
no, no.
nowhere.
You have to know what to do
Yeah,
and
you have to know what to do
which ways to walk
for sure.
to open a bank account. And, yeah. So actually we took our mom, actually my mom, with us to Costa Rica for the first 3 months. We were really happy she came with us. If you're looking, thank you very much that you decided
Thank you, yeah.
to come with us here.
We wouldn't have done anything
No,
if Jenny was not here with
no,
us.
no.
We-
It was.
A lifesaver.
It would have been really hard to
Yeah.
find a car to do everything we did
Absolutely.
in the first few weeks. So
Yeah.
once again, if you have the possibility to take someone with you, your mom, your dad, your parents, or whatever, please do so.
Or some kind of
it helps.
safety. Yeah, some
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
extra help. I mean,
Yeah.
if you are
Yeah.
traveling with small children,
If you are traveling with
I
small
think you
kids.
know,
Yeah.
you know already what
Yeah.
we mean.
Anyways, so after we finally had our car, we were able to move to the south west of the country, to the area where we were planning to go to find a long-term rental.
Yeah,
So then we had to find a long-term rental. Still, we were looking for to put our son in school, in the school we found, the Waldorf-inspired school community. So we found a nice cabin, only 10 minutes away from this community at school. So this is where we live
Yeah.
right now.
yeah. We are very happy that we found this place, and of course we have received a lot of help throughout this journey. Not only our families who have, of course, came with us to help out, but also we made friends, and they advise us, they guide us, and we also, of course, did our own research, as I mentioned, mainly online, but it's different than being, of course, on the place itself, on site. So yeah, we were happy that we found amazing people along the way, and now we are in the place where we feel at home, and we're enjoying that Eliseo goes to school. We're enjoying a new routine,
Yeah.
which is very important for us
Yeah.
to do our own thing. So
Yeah, because I'm working online, I have my online business, and if you're having all the hustle and bustle of finding a car, looking for this, looking for that, you don't have time to work properly. So for me, it feels good that we found a place where, at least for the next couple of months, we don't know what life brings, of course, but at least for the couple of months, we feel home here, and finally found some time to start up working on my online business again. Our son goes to school right now. Our daughter is here at home, still enjoying
yeah, I
time
mean,
with my grandma,
she's
my mom.
3.
Yeah, she's 3.
So yeah, we just learning by playing, learning the language by playing together, and she needs to get used to it. Eliseo, of course, is more familiar with the Spanish, so he can develop quicker in this new environment. But yeah, we're making the best of it. I think.
So now that we have settled a little bit, we can now work on our future plans, and that is still buying or finding a piece of land,
Yes.
start some kind of nature conservation reforestation project. We're still not sure how that's going to look like, but now we have all the time to look for properties.
Yeah, now we can give the vision more form. It can get more concrete.
Yeah,
And we wish to find property that suit us, and when we can start this conservation project. So yeah, now it's a new phase. It will start phase 2. Now that we're settled, we'll start looking for properties. So yeah, I'm very curious.
And my mom is leaving next week. She's flying back to the Netherlands, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
we're going to miss her very much. And
Yeah.
now from next week we're going to be only with the 4 of us and starting a life with our family, like we used to did in the Netherlands. And so I think that's everything we want to talk about our first 3 months of living as an expat family here in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have anything to add about that.
I think the experience has been amazing so far, and we are so thankful that we found each other. so many beautiful people, and
That's for sure.
I mean, this kind of project, you cannot do it alone. But yeah,
No.
I think most people realize that in general in life, you are not here, not alone on this earth, and for this kind of big move, you really need help. I mean, even though you can have the resources to do it, you still need help and guidance.
Yeah.
So we found a good one, and we are very grateful for that.
Yeah. So now that we are almost at the end of this video, we're going to give you 3 tips from our own experience. If you are moving abroad to Costa Rica with a family with small kids, that are going to be very helpful for you. So tip number 1, have a vision. Whether that is working online, have a similar vision as mine, start a reforestation project, maybe you're into yoga, maybe you're into permaculture, but have a vision, but also have a plan B, because visions always change, and you have to be flexible, especially if you are moving abroad with small children. They demand a lot of attention, so you have to be flexible to your vision, but keep your vision in mind and always work towards your vision.
Yeah, I would say that what is obvious, do your research in advance. Of course, you are not in the country most of the time, not on the country where you want to do the move, but online, it's 2023, so you can find a lot of information already online. There are many forums, many groups on different platforms that you can utilize. It's amazing right now. It's amazing how much useful information you can find on these places.
Yeah.
So do your research, and do reach out. I mean, for me, it's obvious that you cannot do this on your own, and I think that we have had such a beautiful community in the Netherlands with our friends, and for me it was important to be able to count on somebody else, to count on people, moms or people in the same situation. So I did reach out to people in similar situations, and they were amazing. They help with a lot of guidance.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks to them, we're here also. We have a school, we have a house. And yeah, I think the other thing that for me was very important, and I would advise to everyone, is that if you're going to do this kind of move, something practical, please investigate what kind of flexible bank you can use, because the transaction fees will be high if you are using a local bank. It may be an European one, or a one from something from the US.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important that you investigate other banks. So for us, it worked the online banks as Wise or
N26 or whatever.
N26, because we are based in the Netherlands, of course, or we were based in the Netherlands. We are checking for other banks. For people from the US, they have different banking options, but it's very important. It will, how can I say, diminish the stress a bit if you already know that your fees will not be sky high every time, because you will have to buy a car, or you will have to buy property and at some point pay the rent and utilities. So yeah, you have to, I don't know, investigate that before coming here.
Sure,
that will save time.
Yeah. So I think we already had the 3 tips.
Yeah.
Have a vision, tip number 1. Be flexible, tip number 2. And tip 3, connect with people around, connect with people to help,
Yeah.
that can help you with your...
Community is
Yeah.
important,
Community is
and you
really
will
important.
realize that more than ever when you do this kind of
For sure.
this kind of moves.
For sure. So I think that's the end of this video about our first 3 months as an expat family here in Costa Rica. If you have any thoughts or recommendations about this video, please leave a comment in the comment section. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, and consider subscribing yourself to this channel. Hit the notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a new video.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.